Hi, welcome to the Wild Gut Project. My name is Carrie. This is all about being vegan on a low FODMAP diet for irritable bowel syndrome. And today I have some Tex-Mex inspired recipes for you. So the other week, Kerry in my private Facebook group said she was kind of lost for inspiration on what to eat. She used to eat a lot of Mexican inspired food, but obviously it's very heavy on the beans and the garlic, so I said I would low FODMAP a diet for her, and this is this video. So we've got some low FODMAP guacamole. You can actually have like a decent cup worth amount. Some quinoa chili, FODMAP free, completely FODMAP free salsa, and some nacho cheese, which I got the recipe from Billy on Carrots and Cashews on Instagram, so definitely follow her if you haven't already, because she's got some really good kind of hearty recipes. Oh, and if you didn't catch my last video, I have opened the doors to a 6-week group program that starts on the 8th of April to help vegans through the elimination phase of the low FODMAP diet. And it's basically everything I wish I had when I was starting out. So there's tutorials about how to cook really delicious food. I've collaborated with a registered low FODMAP specialist dietitian, so there's kind of proper meal plans you can follow, and then obviously more kind of engaging videos explaining the science, the very practical side, like reading labels, and in general like the group support and motivation to get you through, because I think more than anything it's very isolating doing this. So if that's something you're interested in, it starts on the 8th of April and the link is below. But yeah, let's get going into these recipes, because it's been a good week of eating for me.
So first we're going to make the tempeh. To do that I'm going to steam it in a bit of water and some vegan low FODMAP stock cubes, which I will link below. And this helps remove the kind of sour bitterness tempeh can have. So to do that I'm just going to cook away the water basically. And then I'm going to crumble it up and I'm adding some soy sauce, quite a bit, some ground cumin, some ground coriander, some smoked paprika, and some maple syrup, a bit of nutritional flakes, and if I had some smoked liquid I would definitely put that in, but I couldn't get any, and then some olive oil. Mixing it all about so it's evenly covered, and then I'm just going to fry it and continue to break it up into little crumbs ready to sprinkle on things. So then for the salsa, these are all the ingredients you will need. In the UK at the moment, cherry tomatoes taste a lot better than the common ones, but they do contain a bit of FODMAP, so keep that in mind. But you're just going to chop up the tomatoes, add in some chopped pepper, which are completely FODMAP free if it's red, then some chopped coriander, and I'm going to add in a little bit of chili, which is obviously very optional. I know it can be irritating for some people, and then some coriander and some cumin, and a little bit of salt. Then I'm just snipping up some chives, which are FODMAP free, and then I'm going to squeeze in the juice of a whole lime. And this is really nice because when you make the salsa, I'm going to mix it all together, the lime juice starts to make it really sweet, so in a few days time it actually tastes even better. Yeah. And that's the low FODMAP vegan salsa. So for the guacamole I am using edamame beans, and you can have 50 grams for a low FODMAP serving. So I've just defrosted those and put them in a food processor. And then one serving of avocado is 20 grams. So I've got 150 grams of edamame beans, and I'm putting in 60 grams of avocado, so it's 3 servings. Some lime, some salt, a bit of chili, and some chives in there too. And then I've blended it up with a bit of water just to make it a bit looser. And I'm just going to mix it in with some chopped coriander and chopped tomatoes. And it actually keeps really nice and green. I had it kind of over 4 days and it still looked really good, but an extra squeeze of lime does help freshen it up. And then I'm adding in a bit more tomato and some lime, coriander just to taste. And there we are, low FODMAP guacamole. And of course, try it with some nachos to make sure it's all seasoned nicely. So I made some chili, which I know a lot of people have tried, but it's such a good go-to recipe. So it's basically just coriander, cumin, smoked paprika, gram masala with a ton of carrots, just softening them up. And then I'm adding some quinoa and tomato passata. And you can freeze it, you can store it in the fridge for several days, and it's just really useful to have in hand. And this is the nacho cheese recipe I got from Billy, and it's some vegan cheese. I use Violife, and then some cheese, plant milk, some chopped jalapenos and the jalapeno water, and it all melts together into a delicious cheesy goo. And then I'm going to plate up some nachos. So first some lettuce, tortillas. Lettuce to pretend it's a bit healthy. It is kind of healthy. And then I've got some corn tortillas, checking there's no wheat, and I'm adding the quinoa chili, the guacamole, and some salsa on top. And then the vegan nacho cheese. Oh, so good. Okay, another plating option is of course some lettuce, so we can call it healthy. And then loads of nachos. Just make sure that they don't have any cheese added to them and they're just corn. And then I'm putting on that tempeh chili crumb, some of that vegan nacho cheese again, and then some of the guacamole and some of the salsa. You could garnish it with some chives or some more coriander to your taste. Looks so good. Like you would never know you were on some kind of elimination diet with this meal. And then just as another option, I filmed this late last night, so it was quite bad lighting, but I just heated up some of the salsa and chili and had it with some just potato wedges, or you can have it on a jacket potato or rice, just lots of options.
So I'd love to know if you give these recipes a go. If you do, make sure you tag me on Instagram, because it always makes my day when I see people making them. Yeah, so hopefully it's stuff that's very practical. You can just maybe have one cooking evening and then you're kind of sorted for all the different variations throughout the week. And comment down below if you've managed to low FODMAPify any kind of hard to low FODMAPify recipes. Yeah. Otherwise, I will see you next Sunday for another low FODMAP vegan inspired video. Bye.